Alright, Elias, I'm gonna do the analysis in English so everybody can see it. We might use this for marketing purposes as well, so that's why I'll do it in English. So this competition, it's IBJJF points, all submissions are allowed, and there's no advantages. If I'm correct. So in front of this guy, looks pretty confident standing up, grabs a single immediately. You try to shoot for the scissor takedown, but you barely miss. Was a close call, I think. Later on in the match, you hit it perfectly. The guy managed to sprawl out, and here you try to go for a half guard, but the guy immediately passes your knee right here. And even though he passes your knee, you're still trying to catch this arm, which is quite dangerous. So you told me you like to do kimuras. I think you're trying to get that here, but your focus should have been on just defending your head right here. So instead of trying to attack this arm here, I would have just focused on defending my head, try to get my knee frame back in, so you can start playing a safer half guard with the knee shield. Because now the guy's already past all your frames, past your knee line, past your arm frame. He's got a deep underhook. He's past your bottom leg as well. So he passed all your frames at the same time. So instead of attacking the Kimura there, I would go for a safer option and try to avoid him getting my head. He immediately passes. Here he tries to catch your head, and he has an annoying underhook, so it's relatively good control. Hard to defend from there. Okay, what he does well here is he opens up your elbow away from your from his knee, so from your knee, so you can connect your elbow and knee to do a knee elbow escape. Quite annoying. Made a good recovery here, I think. Yes. But the guy immediately passes again. So whenever my students are fighting people that are good with leg locks, I always tell them to not go to knee on belly. And you're obviously relatively good at leg locks. So two things you can do here. When the guy goes to knee on belly, you can use that extra space he creates to just do like a basic shrimp escape and get your knee back in. Or what I like to do is throw my opponent over my shoulders and enter into a 50-50. But the guy has a pretty good base from there. He doesn't even go for like the true knee on belly. He keeps his knee on the ground, I think. Yes, his left knee stays on the ground, so this shouldn't have been 2 points. But that makes it harder to escape as well. But you catch his foot, which is a good work. You recover. And here you do something I don't really like to do. You get a lockdown. And this lockdown, it might avoid him from passing straight through your legs again. But there's not a lot of offense you can do from here. So since he has the underhook, there's no electric chair you can do, no sweeps, no real attacks. So the lockdown is basically just saving you time. Instead of the lockdown, I would try to get I would try to turn to my side to get my underhook back. I'll show you that in the technique video. Build my frames, try to get him off balance so I can put my frames back in as he recovers from not getting swept. The lockdown is not one of my favorites, especially when you're like stretched out and the guy's a crossface and underhook, then it's just saving you time. He wiggle his foot out. Nice entry of his attack. Let's look at it a little bit again. Decent. I find it kind of hard to get a good bite on a heel from this position, so I prefer to reap or pass his leg over my body, so I go to inside heel hooks. But this doesn't mean you can succeed with it. I know a lot of people that are really good at this move as well. Yeah, I think now you try to pass to the other side. You decide to just come up. One thing you can do from there when you come up is to like a backstep into the saddle on the other side. I'll show you that in the video as well. So if you just step your left foot over his left leg, if you do like a backstep, you would have had a nice attack from there. Especially if you combine it just when you stand up, you go for it, or even without standing up. Okay, here you let him up rather easily. I think this guy is a real top player. He likes to do takedowns. He seemed pretty good on top, so I think you let him up a bit too easy. Like if you put some more pressure forward here, you could have done better. And now you, as a counter to him standing up, you pull into like a guillotine, but I wouldn't pull guard with these kind of grips because you have his head control with your left arm, but you have an underhook with your right arm. I know in some situations these are good grips, especially when you're attacking from top, like you just jump over his guard, you try to go to that, when you're both facing the ceiling, trying to go for the anaconda. But when you're attacking the guillotine from bottom, this is not a good grip because you don't have enough control of his posture. So I would only pull guard for guillotine if I had a deep arm in guillotine grip or like a normal guillotine grip. But with this underhook, I think it's quite easy for the guy to escape. Luckily, he doesn't get any points for that. It could have been seen as a sweep as it went rather fast. Okay, so now you see he doesn't really want to engage too much. He sits back, he keeps his elbows tight. One guard that I really like to use against people that play like that is in the gi I like to do the gubber guard, which is like a rubber guard but with the gi fed. And no gi I like the Williams guard where you feed your arm under your leg. I'll show you that in the technique as well. That works really well against like stalling people from top. Okay, now he opened your legs and he got into like a knee slice-ish position but between your legs. He's got a good underhook. And again, like you opened your guard, and here you should have already be thinking about frames. He's just in between your legs, like you're not framing with his knee, you're trying to get an underhook with his arm. Here I would just try to like make frames and hip escape away until I get like a strong guard position where I can attack from. Because now without any frames, he just hops over, trade into your half guard with a crossface and another underhook. You try to bridge him off, but he uses that timing correctly. And he gets the pass. Again, you go for that lockdown. But again, he has a underhook and he has a crossface. So like this lockdown is not gonna help you. It's just gonna buy some time. Especially in training, I know some people that do that. I don't do that at all because in training you're just stalling, you're wasting time. Just open your off guard, try to go for more dynamic positions to escape. Don't hold your opponent there. So it's gonna be a waste of time. Like in competition, sometimes you have to do it, but here, since there was such a big score difference, I would just try to do an actual escape instead of holding him there, and work from there. Try to get that submission in. Okay, he passes again. Okay, let's take a look at your left hand here. You're almost going for like a overhook, I guess. But there's two things you want to do with this arm. Either you want to get it in front of his face, so you can have a strong frame and make some distance, or you want to slide it over his head and turn it into an underhook. I'll show you that in the technique video. It's kind of hard to talk about on with just audio. Okay. Clean that you up. He does Yokas as well. Tries to at least. You saw that coming from a mile away. Here you're going. That was a really nice entry. Okay, so here you try to go for the hook, which is understandable. Guy makes his knee heavy. So one thing that's let's go back a little bit. Has been a real game changer to me is that I have been attacking knee bars now from the saddle. So here, at this moment, that's really hard to see. Um, you extended his leg all the way. His other foot is pretty far away. So if you just turn your hips in here, you would have gotten a really nice knee bar. It's normal to go for the heel hook because it's more high percentage, but that combination is really good. So if you just turned your hips, so you're like perpendicular to his knee, you would have been able to get a quick knee bar here. And you needed one because the time was running out. But instead you go for the heel hook. Also a good option, of course, but the guy used that to come up and defend, and then it's time. So the main things I think we need to learn from this match is that you need to work better with your frames, from half guard especially, and like set up your attacks from behind the frames, and that when you do get in that bad half guard position, we need to work on some escapes as well, so you're a little bit more comfortable there. I'll show you both in the technique video, and I'll show you that knee bar as well that I was talking about. Overall, good fight, but like because of those small mistakes, like you get the, let the guy grab your head, um, and you let him get past your friend relatively quickly, you lost a lot of the important battles. A lot of things in jiu-jitsu are about like using your opponent's reaction to set something up. So like my opponent goes for the other, then I get to like in a sequence. But some positions in jiu-jitsu are fights. So this fight here, he wants to grab your head, and you don't want him to grab your head. That's a fight. You shouldn't have allowed him to grab your head. There's nothing really you can do because your position becomes so much worse if you let him grab the head. Right here. I think those are the most important takeaways. I'll get to the technique video and I'll send it to you as soon as possible.